always great catching with my next guest, and even better that he's got a fight coming up here for Legends of Combat 5, October 25th, going to be taking on Luis Cortez. It's Big Dog, Brett Martin, back here on the program. Brett, how you doing, man?
Good. Well, happy to be back.
Yeah, it's obviously if we're talking, usually means you got a fight coming up, which is great. So I know my understanding was you were always going to be on this card. It was just about finding that opponent, which I know has been tough. A lot of guys don't want to fight you. So tell me how this all came together with you getting Luis as your opponent.
Yeah, we had talked about fighting last year with a different opponent. And some things happened with the promotion, not having the event, so that pushed it off. A while back, Matt hit me up wanting to do the show on this date. There was a couple different opponents, and just for the timeline and how things are rolling out, this was the best option for now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And I imagine too with your work schedule that this did kind of work out the best, because I know that's part of it too. It's got to be something that works for you outside the cage as well.
Well, yeah, and then I like I said, I got my normal job, and then I've been running a small business the last few years now too. So it's just been busy, and I got a family, got the kids. So I like fighting close to home.
Mhm.
It helps obviously with the ticket sales. It gives me an extra reason to kind of get back in there and get things rolling, being close to home. But yeah, for my life and for my, I should say, like outlook of fighting, this is always the best option to fight right here for Friendo and Muskegon.
And kind of full circle a little bit with this card with Cody Stamen returning. That must be cool to have him on the card. I know you guys go way back, like as far as just the Michigan scene and everything. That adds a bit of pop to this card too.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's just cool because it's a very high level athlete. You know what I mean? I don't care what people say. The UFC at those middle weights, like featherweight, bantamweight, there's like 200 guys that are just solid as can be. So on any given night, Cody could be top 15 in the world. And we're getting to have that showcase right there in Muskegon. You know what I mean? So I'd probably go watch if he was fighting. But now that it's even cooler that I'm on the card and I get to, hang out with Cody again in the back, and it's awesome because we spent some time, at the highest level watching Cody with Jamal and staying at his house and doing it over there. So it's cool that he's coming back to Michigan and going to be able to put a show on.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see Cody at 145. He cuts a lot of weight, so I think we're going to see a really good fight here. Not having to worry about as much about the weight cut.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
he's a big dude at 35.
Yeah.
Even 10 years ago when he was training with us over at Triumph, he was a big guy then. So it's going to be great to see him not to suck himself down so far.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So let's talk about your opponent, 17 fight veteran. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
Yeah, he's tough. He's fought a lot of really, really good guys. It seems like he likes to come right out and just start throwing. So I like it. I've never really been scared to fight anybody, but the older I get, the more I try to pick my fights now to try to, if I'm going to make another run here, I need to do it properly. And that's the reason I did everything I did when I was a young buck. And he's perfect for me. I think it's going to be able to push me to fight somebody that is willing to fight anybody, and I'll have to definitely use my style to win this fight.
Take me through camp a bit. Who have you had a chance to work with? Who's helping you get ready? Again, keeping in mind that I know it's tough to get in the gym as well with the obviously with the work schedule as well. But take me through what camps look like leading into the fight.
Yeah, right now I still train at Triumph and Black Lion here in Grand Rapids. The Muay Thai group at Triumph's always been super good to me. So, regardless of when I'm in there, I just drop in. They treat me like family. Nick's cornered me, I don't know, probably 85 or 90% of my fights in state, out of state. And those guys travel with me a lot. So I'll never leave that gym. I got a lot of love for my Triumph Muay Thai guys. So, I'm spending a lot of time there. I split my weeks up and I spar both places. At Black Lion, I do a little bit more jujitsu there because Justin Andrews, Jamal's one of Jamal's head coaches, is a super good grappler. So you don't get looks like that everywhere you go. So I like to spend a lot of time there for that aspect. And then, like I say, I like to stay true to Nick. He's always been super great to me. So like it's hard to pick one gym to spend the full time at. But I do strike at Black Lion. I strike at Triumph. They're both amazing gyms. Grand Rapids is really cool about wanting us all to get together and kind of, mingle and grow the sport. So
Yeah.
I'm very blessed in that aspect.
Good. That's awesome. I know something that always comes up. Like, do you have to cut any weight for this fight? Or are you like good? Like, take me through that going into the fight, because you're a big guy in a good way, man. Like, I know that's been like a topic throughout your career, but you're strong. Like, listen, I talked to Jamal, all these other guys. Like, you're one of the best training partners in there, and you're a strong guy for a reason.
Yeah, no, I grew up, living on a farm and then growing up wrestling. Nobody looks at me and thinks, like, oh, that's a athletic big guy.
Mhm.
It's just how I've always been. Um, but no, it's a super heavyweight fight.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
trying to lose a little bit of weight. I got a little heavy. You know what I mean? I didn't like how heavy I was, anyways. So
Mhm.
it's kind of been nice getting back in the gym and pushing myself again and just feeling. I always say like feeling alive, I guess is the best way to put it. When you grow up competing, it's always sucks when you don't get to compete for a while, focusing on other things. Not that I don't enjoy focusing on those things. Those are the number one things in my life. That's why I could, competing's cool, but it'll always come second to, my main life with my family and my kids. So, but I definitely am excited to be back. Happy it's super heavyweight because then I can eat dinner with my family. I don't have to like make my family feel crappy because I choose to fight. So
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be a slow roll back down to heavyweight. I'm not trying to rush back down. I used to cut from like 310, 315 some camps, and if I'm going to do this at that high level, I don't want to do that. I'm going to get my weight back down, get comfortable, and then we'll see where it goes. But like I say, it's going to have to line up perfect. I don't need anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm super blessed, man. I live such a good life. I would never change that just to chase another belt. You know what I mean? I've seen
Yeah.
guys do it. It's a great. I'm not saying it's not a great thing. It's an
Mhm.
amazing thing. But I know what my ending goal in life is, and that's the white picket fence, and that's what I'm focused on.
Yeah, and that's dangerous for your opponents, man. Because again, some guys they need to fight. There's that added pressure. It's like Monopoly to you a little bit. You got that extra this is fun for you. It's something you're choosing to do,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So you kind of mentioned your corner a little bit. What will be your full corner for this fight? Who's going to be in the cage with you?
It'll. I don't. I know the Black Lion guys will be there too, so I haven't gotten to chit chat a ton with them.
Mhm.
But it'll for sure be Nick, my head coach over at Triumph, and then there's a couple guys, Steve and Jake, that help him out. They're just very good, influential Muay Thai guys. So it'll probably be a mix of both, or maybe just one. We'll see who's all going to be there, and kind of how the night rolls. I don't like to make anybody feel obligated because at the end of the day, I've done it with just like my brothers in the corner. So it's all good regardless.
How's this fight playing out? I know you don't like getting paid by the hour. How's this one going down?
Yeah, I plan on getting there and getting it done. Everybody knows my style. I'm gonna come in with the heavy hands and and push to implement my game plan pretty quick.
There we go. And then I know it's kind of always been this way, but kind of fight to fight for you. Like after this, if all goes well, you get the win. Is it just whatever good opportunity comes your way? Again, like number one priority is the family and the work and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But I'm guessing that's what it is going forward.
Yeah, so it all kind of worked out good. I'm kind of stepping back a little bit in coaching. I believe I don't want to spend as much time this winter coaching.
Mhm.
So I think Friendos might plan on having another show like springtime, maybe early
Nice.
summer. So if that's the case, win, lose or draw, you know what I mean. I'm going to be trying to get in better health, and me being in better health. A part of that is I love doing jujitsu and sparring and just growing as an individual. So me being in the gym is something that I got to make sure I do regardless of, that's going to be a big part of my main life,
Yeah.
keeping me around for my kids, it keeps me healthy. So, and then being able to teach my boys and show my boys, what their life could be if they put the work in. So, yeah, I plan on fighting. I doubt I'm going to get any kind of a big call. I'm not really looking for that right now. I want to make sure when that time comes, I'm ready. I'm only 31, so
Mhm.
I do as a heavyweight. I got a little time to make sure I'm strong and ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and I should admit, like I always forget that you're still 31. Like that's and you look at what's so interesting right now, Brett, is like you look at the UFC's heavyweight division right now. You could get a win or two and get in the rankings. Like it's very like wide open right now. So I think the timing of all
Yeah,
this
but
happening.
I kind of like that. The PFL guy that just got in there took a top 15 fight and knocked somebody out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there's a lot of money
yeah,
in PFL, which is good. Yeah.
well, and that's what it's a 1 year thing. It's 3 fights, and then you get a big name built, and then you can actually kind of negotiate with the UFC. It
Oh
seems
yeah.
like negotiating with them is tough. I took a lot of fights. I'll be this will be like I don't know, like my 13 or 14 pro fight. I've had 5 or 6 5-round fights. So like I don't want to have to to beg. You know, I don't have time to wait around. So I'm just kind of looking at all my options. Obviously, the UFC is the great end all be all, but you know, I've never really been the guy that's like, oh, cool, it'll be cool to put the UFC on my resume. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I just it has to make sense, and obviously making money is important.
Yeah, well said. It's Legends of Combat 5, October 25th. If you can't make that one live, you can check it out on Spectation Sports. Brett, always a pleasure, man. Anyone that you want to thank, any sponsors, I see the banner behind you. Anyone you want to thank, anything else you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
No, not at all. I just there's the banner. I've had a lot of the same people supporting me since the start, so I always appreciate everybody that supports me. Um, Obviously, with me not fighting, I haven't had anybody really reach out to do interviews. So obviously, big shout out to you for always just being the guy you are, man. I know you do a lot for a lot of us small town guys or smaller area guys, and you've always been in my corner. So I really appreciate that, James.